Hello class 7. Today in physics we will start a new chapter, energy. Okay, chapter 3, energy. First things first that you need to know is energy and there's another term called work. Both are the same thing. Work is done by a body when the body has energy to do that work. Even if we have energy, that is by food we get energy. If we have that energy, then only we will be able to do any kind of work. So whenever we are discussing about energy, we have to discuss about this particular topic called work. Now let us see what is this work. Now work refers to an activity involving a force and movement in the direction of force. That means a force has to be applied on a body in a particular direction, and then that force will be able to move that body in that same direction. Okay, the movement has to be given in that the movement has to be produced in the same direction as the direction of force. So in depth, if you want to know about this work, first of all we need to know the formula. Work, that is W, equals to force into displacement. Now what is this displacement? Displacement is the distance traveled by that body in a given direction. Distance moved in a given direction is called displacement. Alright, this is the formula for work. Okay, you can take a screenshot. So force has to be given on a body, and that particular force, in whichever direction you are giving that force, will have to produce movement in that body in the same direction. If the movement is not produced by the body because of the force applied, then there is no work done. For work done, both these quantities have to be there. Force has to be produced, and the force produced has to move the body in a given direction. If no movement, there is no work done. Okay. So when a given force is able to displace or move a body in a given direction, then we say that the work is done by that particular force. Now let us see two cases in which there is no work done by a body even though force is applied. Alright. First here, number 1, if a body is applied force but that force is not able to move the body, just now I had discussed, if the movement is not produced, that means displacement is 0. And if displacement is 0, if you put the value in this particular formula, W equals to force into displacement, displacement is 0, so W equals to force into 0, anything multiplied by 0 is 0, so work done is 0. The best example you can give for this is pushing a wall. You may use all your force that you have in your body, but the wall will not move a millimeter. You can't even move the wall a millimeter. So no movement is there. No movement means displacement is 0 and the work done by you is 0. Similarly, if you carry a suitcase in your hand and just stand in one place without moving, even though you are holding that burdensome suitcase, but still you are not doing any work because there is no movement produced. Okay, the movement has to be there. You have to take that suitcase and move from one place to another. You have to apply force on the suitcase, then only work is done on that suitcase. If you are just carrying the suitcase and just standing in one place, no work is done. Similarly, there is another case in which there is no work done. Let us see that. Okay, here is that case. If force and direction of displacement are at right angle, that is 90 degree to each other, then also no work is done by that force. Here is the diagram I have given. Okay, you can see here, this is the direction of force, this is the body. The force is given in this direction, but the body moves in this direction. So this is the direction of displacement, this is the direction of force. Both are at 90 degree to each other. In that case, we say that this particular body, when it moves in this direction, is not because of this particular force. So due to this particular force, work done on this body is 0. No work is done on this body by this particular force. Okay, if it moves, the force is able to move the body in this particular direction or this particular direction, it is still okay. It is still in the direction of force. Okay, in that case work is done. But If this is the direction of force and the body moves in this direction 90 degree, then we say that there is no work done by that particular force. Okay, next topic is energy. As I had said, energy and work are interrelated. If a body has energy, then only it will be able to do some work. So let us define energy. The capacity of a body to do work is known as energy. If a body has energy, then only it can perform any kind of work. This is the definition of energy. Now there are three units of energy: calorie, kilocalorie, and joules. Okay, calorie short form is CAL, as I have indicated in the bracket. Kilocalorie is KCAL, and joules is capital J. The joules, this particular unit is given after the name of a person whose name also is Jules. That's why the unit is given in capital letter. Okay, rest of them, calorie and kilocalorie, they are not given after the name of any person, so they are not given in capital. Now let us define each of these. What is calorie? The amount of energy, or you can say heat energy, that is needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water. See, I have underlined 1 gram. I will tell you why I have underlined 1 gram later on. So, how much energy or heat energy is required to increase the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius? That also from how much to how much? From 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. From 14.5 to 15.5 is 1 degree Celsius, right? So 1 gram of water, how much heat energy is needed to increase its temperature from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius is called 1 calorie. Okay. Similarly, another unit is there, no, kilocalorie. Let's see the definition of kilocalorie. It is defined as the amount of energy, that is heat energy, required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram. See, in the previous case it was 1 gram. When we were discussing about calorie, it was about 1 gram of water. That's why I had underlined 1 gram. And in kilocalorie, kilo means we have 1000. Multiple, we multiply that value by 1000. That is, then only it becomes kilo, right? So when you are adding kilo with calorie, so it becomes now 1 kilogram of water. Instead of 1 gram of water, now we are taking 1 kilogram of water. And this 1 kilogram of water also, you have to increase its temperature from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. That means 1 degree Celsius, whose value starts from 14.5 to 15.5. How much heat energy is needed to do so is called 1 kilocalorie. Okay, and here 1 kilocalorie is equals to 1000 calorie. Just like you have 1 kilogram equals to 1000 gram, it's like that you have 1 kilocalorie equals to 1000 calorie. This third one is the SI, that is standard unit for work, joule. Okay, here's the definition for 1 joule. How much is 1 joule? Work done is said to be 1 joule if 1 Newton of force, now your unit of force is Newton, okay? 1 Newton of force displaces or moves the body in a particular direction by 1 meter. If 1 Newton of force moves a body by 1 meter, then we say 1 joule of work is done. Here in short form I have written 1J equals to 1 N into 1 M. Okay, this is the definition of work done in joules. 1 joule definition. And at the end we need to know this relation between joule, calorie and kilocalorie. Here 1 calorie is equals to 4.186 joules. So 1 kilocalorie also we need to know. Kilo means we have to multiply by 1000. So 4.186 into 1000 is 4186. 1 kilocalorie equals to 4186 joules.